So again, the most important relationship that we have is our relationship with our Creator. But that's not necessarily the first relationship that we're introduced to. The first relationship that we're introduced to is the relationship with our family unit. So the relationship between our parents and the relationship with our siblings. Honestly, I feel the most next to our relationship with God, the most important relationship is the relationship that you have with your parents because they're your first introduction to what love is. And your relationship with your parents determines for you um, your worth. You gain your sense of worth and meaning a little bit and just identity, just those initial senses of your identity, you gain that from your relationship from your parents. And if those relationships are healthy, if you're being validated from those relationships, if you're receiving the love, then I think that puts you on a path towards knowing your identity, towards valuing yourself, and towards security. So the opposite of insecurity, but having security in yourself and knowing who you are, because your first meaningful relationship, which is the one with your parents, they poured into you everything that you needed. And I kind of mentioned how, at least for me, if I didn't get everything that I needed from my parents, that sense of value and that sense of security and that sense of worth, if it didn't start in the home, it's hard to have that. It's hard to have that sense of worth. Or maybe if it started in the home, but through a broken family or whatever the situation is, you lose or lost that sense of identity or that sense of value or that sense of worth, and now you're trying again to gain it. So going back to relationships and wanting to be loved and wanting that validation, I just think that's so important. um but if you don't get that from your family, once again I bring in that relationship with God. And I kind of said that this relationship, it's a journey, right? You have to work at it, you have to build towards it. So maybe within your family unit, you didn't receive the love that you wanted, or you didn't receive the validation, or you didn't gain your sense of worth. And so now you're going to other avenues. Now you're throwing yourself into your career. Now you're throwing yourself into your social life. Now you're throwing yourself into um, relationships with partners, all because you want that relationship. You want that love that's going to give you that sense of value and meaning to your life. Because we're relational. Humans are relational. And we want to be loved and we want to have those relationships. So that's why we seek these other avenues to have it. But then I just bring it back to God, right? Maybe your parents aren't giving you the love that you need, aren't giving you the sense of validation that you need. If you have that meaningful relationship with God, He's going to give it to you. Because even beyond your parents, He created you, He designed you with the purpose. He knows what the plan is. And whether you agree with it, whether you believe it or not, He's all knowing, He's all encompassing. He knows what's going to make you feel fulfilled in life. And so just going back to purpose and just being on a journey for me, finding my purpose and realizing what um what do I want to do? What is tugging at me? There's something. Everyone has something that tugs at them. It's a feeling. It may be just a little tiny feeling. You may not even pay any attention. You may ignore it. But there's a feeling about what you should be doing. And maybe you ignore it because you look at where you are right now and you're like, there's no way I can get to that. Like, that is so far beyond me. Like, I can't be a doctor. I can't be a lawyer. I can't be a teacher. I can't be an inventor or creator because the paths that I've taken in life have pushed me so far away from it. So I'm not even going to entertain those thoughts. Yeah, I have a passion to teach. Yeah, I have a passion to be an influencer, but look at where I am now. There's no way that I can get there. And so I'm not even going to entertain that. And we get in our own way. And we silence that feeling, we silence that voice so much to where it's it's not even it's barely a whisper. It's barely a whisper. But he which began a good work in us will perform it. It doesn't matter how far off the course that we've gone. He can redirect us and bring us back to where we're supposed to be and where he wants us to be. There's no adversity that's too great. There's no adversity that's too great to keep us from where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to do in life. And honestly, I think that our purpose are tied into helping people and to having those relationships because we're relational beings. So we should be doing something that's loving other people, that's showing love, that's sharing love, that's building relationships and helping people. That's just my own personal opinion. But whatever it is, we've all been designed with something in mind. It wasn't it wasn't it wasn't a coincidence that we're here. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't just happenstance. We were created with a design and with a purpose. Each and every one of us, whether we realize it or not, whether we believe it or agree with it, it's the truth. We weren't just put into this world just to be here, just to make ends meet, to have a paycheck, to get by. We all have a purpose. We're not all purpose to be Oprah's. We all weren't created to be Beyonce and Jay-Z. No. This might be less than popular professions. But purpose is not all just about what you do or your career. It's just not about, um, how you bring in money. But again, the lives that you touch, the love that you share, the relationships that you build. You don't have to make millions. You don't have to be a successful career woman or career man. But you do have to know what your passion is and pursue that. Pursue that passion. Pursue that area that's giving you meaning, that's giving you a sense of fulfillment. Don't chase the dollar, but do what you love. And in doing what you love, you'll find meaning, you'll find passion, and you'll walk in your purpose.